This is Kyle Gorman with the Employer Blueprint, and this is my Management Training 101. What we find is that most people become managers not because they're great at leading people or managing processes. They become managers because they're great in their field. So as an example, an excellent salesperson oftentimes through the course of their career finds themselves as a sales manager. Now they have a team of salespeople under them. Or a great CPA decides, I want to go do this on my own, and so I start a CPA firm, but they don't necessarily have any experience leading or managing people. So these are the basic things that I believe every employee is looking for and that you as a manager need to be able to do to help them have true job satisfaction and loyalty. The first thing is you need to create definition. Definition in their role and definition of your expectations. What this means is you need to make sure that your employee understands what your expectations are, what your goals are of them, and you need to help them lead in that direction. If you don't do this, then they may think that they are hitting proper expectations, but those aren't the goals that you have set for them. And next thing you know, you sit down for a review process and you find out you all were going in different directions. They think that they were doing very well, in fact, maybe even exceeding expectations, but then you think they're not meeting expectations, and it's all because you did not properly define the expectations of their position. So this is not their fault, this is your fault. And this is something very important for you to reflect on and make sure that you have provided clear, proper, attainable expectations, and you provided the definition for that for your employees. The second thing that employees oftentimes are looking for true job satisfaction is sociability. And what this simply means is we spend a lot of time with our coworkers. In fact, often we spend more time with our coworkers than we do with our own family. And in certain ways, we get to choose our family, but we don't get to choose our coworkers. And so sociability and feeling like we have friendships and relationships at work is critically important to ensure that there's job satisfaction. And what you can do is not just encourage it, but participate in this. That means talking to your employees, finding out about their passions, learn about what they did over the weekend, and don't look down on your employees because you see them sitting in someone's office chatting about the weekend or standing around the water cooler and carrying on and telling some jokes about something. What this does is it creates camaraderie. And now whenever there's a challenge in your organization, it's not just that they're trying to overcome that challenge because that's their job. They're trying to do it because they want to help their friends, their colleagues, their peers. So for you to encourage sociability and really engage in sociability in your workplace can do wonders in creating job loyalty and job satisfaction for your employees. So the next thing that employees are looking for is autonomy. They want some freedom and some independence. That's just normal human nature for all of us. And this is something else that you have to encourage as the manager. Oftentimes, what we think we have to do, especially with newer employees, but even with those that have been around for a while, is we want to look over their shoulder. We want to kind of micromanage what they're doing and how their day is. But that's not going to create job satisfaction. Employees want the independence and the freedom to do something. And so it's up to you to allow that, whether you've delegated something or whether you've created that clear definition of what the expectations of their role are. Now you need to let them go. Let them move forward. Let them have the freedom to do their job as you have clearly defined for them. And that's how they're going to be able to feel like they're satisfied in their position because they are making a difference in what they do for your organization. And the last thing that I believe is very important for you to be able to do is provide recognition. We all want recognition. All employees want recognition. Our human nature is to want recognition. We want to be recognized for a job well done. But here's where it's different. Here's where it's critical. Here's where it's important for you to think about this, is that each person wants recognition in a different way. Some people want to be recognized one-on-one, face-to-face, with a pat on the back and an attaboy that you've done a good job. Some people want public recognition in front of their team. And others, they may want a press release. They want to make a huge deal about something that they've accomplished or something that they've done. None of those are wrong, but it's up to you as the leader in the organization to understand what each individual person wants and how they want to be recognized, what their preference is, so that you can recognize them in a way that they are comfortable with and that they feel like they have contributed in a positive manner. Because someone that wants one-to-one recognition, if they get that huge press release, they're going to be embarrassed by it. Someone that wants the press release and you just give them a pat on the back, they're going to feel like you really didn't care. So you've got to understand what each employee wants and what their personal preferences are so that you can recognize them in a way that they feel appreciated. So again, ultimately employees are looking for 4 things, and it's your responsibility to provide them: definition, sociability, autonomy, and recognition. And if you can do those, you're on your way to becoming a great leader. That's Management Training 101. This is Kyle Gorman with the Employer Blueprint, and if you want more great videos on how to become a great leader, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel.